Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Okay, meeting after a gap of 2 weeks. Alat Shanti, the Mithyatvam of the world. Okay, so that all your doubts, projection, etc. quietened down. Any questions, clarification before we go ahead? Meeting after 2 week gap. Anything you want me to handle, summarize, or it's all fine? Okay, chalo. "56" we had completed last time, right? 66. So now the 67th was onwards, okay? उबेहि अनन्यो दृश्ये केतदस्तीति नोच्यते लक्षणाशून्यमुभयं तन्मतनैव गृह्यते एतेनैव गृह्यते. He had talked about the world and the seer of the world, the jivas within it, Andajam, Shvedajam, etc., in terms of their way of being born. All that he had covered. Then the question is, he says, are they really there? Okay? Because look at what he is saying. Okay? Ubehi ananyo drishye. All these are seen by each other. Nobody can deny an experience of the world. Okay? That's a fact that is there. But he says, Kim tadasti iti naha iti uchyate. Do they really exist? No. Is it there for your experience? Yes. That is the beauty of it. That the thing is there for your experience doesn't mean it is really there. It's complete reverse of what we take. If it is experience, it should be true. It is my experience. No. If it is experience, it could be purely pratibhasikam, rope snake, etc. Or at the most vyavaharikam, some transactional reality it has got. Maximum. Because anything experience is finite. No? Anything experience depends upon something else. How do you say this exists? How do you say this exists?
Because you see.
Pramana siddham, right? It is established by your seeing it. So, the existence of this is based on you. You are seeing it because that is there. Now, if it was not there, would you see it? So, the status of you being the seer is based on this. Neither is independently established. Neither the experiencer nor the experience world can be independently established. The experience as pure consciousness can be established, that is different. We are not talking about that. We are talking about Vyavahara level. Yeah, Punjabi question, you have a question.
Can you say this is Anyonya Ashraya?
Yeah, it's Anyonya Ashraya only. No? One depends upon the other. Me being seer depends upon the seen, and the seen depends upon me, the seer. Otherwise, how do you establish both?
So neither of them can be real.
Neither of them can be true because both are dependent realities. Both exist depending upon something else. Anything that depends upon something else is called mithya. Therefore, the world and the jivas and anything that you experience is within the Mithya world. Is it there? For experience, of course it is there. Does it exist? No. Vyavahara Yogitvam, we are giving it. Maximum. What is this Vyavahara Yogitvam you are talking about? Really, when you look at it, what is Vyavahara Yogitvam? Some perception it is available for, isn't it? And you think all of us are perceiving the same thing? You want to understand Mithyatvam of that, of perception, go to an art class. Really. Go to an art class. There's a vase kept there. Each one of you is supposed to paint your perspective of it. Bas. Dennis the Menace is going for a walk in the countryside. So he sees a painter. Mister, what you are doing? Mr. asked him, what you are doing? I am painting that bridge. That looks like no bridge. I don't paint what I see. I paint what I feel. Mister, if you feel like that, you must see a doctor. And you suddenly find the painter getting angry and all the fumes coming out of his head. Now, that for many of us is an extreme case. But our response to the world is the same. Our experience of the world is the same. So the world is there for your experience, max. It doesn't really exist? Nope. All that is there is one existence consciousness. Then what is the manifestation? Just that, manifestation. Nothing more than that. Lakshana shunya upayam tanmetam eneva grihyate. He says there is no way you can clearly define either of them. Definition will keep shifting. What do you say the world is? Objective perception. Anyonya Ashraya again. Therefore, the reality just doesn't exist. Experience, of course, is there. And this is what one has to keep in the mind. That we give far more importance to experience than what it deserves. We think experience is reality. Because we are going through it. The whole, everything, marketing, this, that, selling an apartment is based on experience now. Selling a car, it's all about touch and feel. Give me engine specifics. Give me how much, whether it's a petrol guzzler or not. Nobody bothers. The experience of it. What a smooth drive. A smooth drive may have a quick breakdown unless you have studied the engine. Or it may be guzzling much more fuel than you want to spend on. It happens to all of us, no? Because you are focusing on the wrong things. Unless that you are that wealthy, you can say, how many miles per gallon does your car give? And the man answers, you mean how many gallons per mile? If you're that wealthy, then not a problem, okay? But then you have to bring into the question the light of eco-friendliness and everything. Even there, experiential level. Okay. So there is where the whole thing goes. Okay. Right. Experience is there, factually it is not there. Then he gives a few more examples to show how just because you are perceiving certain consistency there doesn't mean reality. Even if there is a consistency in the experience, it doesn't prove reality. You dreamt about 25 years, consistency, one dream. And you wake up, asat bhave. So now he is giving a few examples within the world, how it is. Yatha swapnamayo jivaha jayate mriyate api cha tatha jivo me sarve bhavanti na bhavanti cha. Mayamayam jivam, swapna jivam. This in a dream, a jiva that you saw in a dream. Jiva means from insect onwards you human being, okay? Yeah, all are jivas only, any living being. Okay. You saw it coming into existence and going out of existence. So, does birth and death prove the reality of the jiva? Birth and death there does not prove the reality of the jiva. So, similarly here he says, there is birth and death for all of us. Just because you are undergoing birth and death doesn't mean that there is reality. See, why birth and death is changing? Because there is a finality of that experience. No? It is not like seeing the blue sky or walking on a flat. So there is something serious about it. Yeah, so take it. Dream also birth and death, here also birth and death. If birth and death does not establish reality there, how can birth and death establish reality here? It's like saying passport is not proof of citizenship. What is the Vedantin's answer to that? Horoscope is not proof of the reality of your birth and death. Okay. Horoscope. That doesn't prove the reality of your birth. Yeah.
Swamiji, that's an experiential reality, no? Birth
Exactly,
and death.
that's what I'm saying.
Birth
It's all
and death is not a reality, is only
exactly.
Shastra, when the Shastra tells us. Otherwise, how we will know that it is not permanent?
So, why does the Shastra say there is no birth and death? Why does the Shastra say?
Pramana Siddham, so the Pramana is telling us. If I was not exposed to the Pramana, I would know that life is also real and death is also real.
So, why does the Shastra say it? On what basis does the Shastra say there is no birth or death?
That's the truth.
What is the basis? So, let us take one Shastra says there is birth and death. Another Shastra says there is no birth, no death. Which Shastra will you pick up? Okay, one Shastra says you are going to go to heaven. Other Shastra says there is neither birth or death. And what is the basis for it?
These are apurshayam.
So the Pramana,
There is this Shastra is
Both are apurishayam, no?
Yeah.
Then?
Atma Nityam.
Huh?
This
Atya Nityam. Atma Nityam.
So, why does the Shastra say Atma is Nityam?
because we cannot establish or prove it by our experience.
So, look at it, one fundamental thing. Atma is saying, the Shastra is saying, I am Nityam because I happen to be Nityam. My Nityatvam is not established by the Shastra. My Nityatvam is only revealed by the Shastra. That is why my Nityatvam has to be validated by myself. I can't take it in good faith. I can't take it in good faith. Yeah. It's not a belief orientation. Heaven and hell is purely belief orientation. We call it Paroksha Jnanam because we say it's a Pramana Jnanic Jnanam. Therefore we'll say Paroksha. But really speaking, it's a belief. Are you all getting this? This is an important point. The Shastra says, I am Nityam because I happen to be Nityam. If I am not Nityam, 100 Shastras cannot tell it. No? You can tell, but it won't make any difference to me. 100 Shastras can come and say, I am Nityam, but I will not become Nityam. If 100 Shastras come and tell you fire is cold, will you accept it? Your Pramana has to tell you. No? This and the Pramanas for fire is heat or cold is what?
Sense organ.
Touch, your sense organ, exactly.
Sure.
So, in my tantric friends' place in Kerala, we had an interesting experience. Boiling oil. We are making Ayurvedic medicines. The oil is boiling. There have been some herbs put into it. It's boiling oil. And the Ayurvedic doctor says, please come and touch it. He puts his hand into it. Yeah, nothing happens. So everyone is looking at each other. And tentatively few people put a finger in. Doesn't boil. So now what? Boiling oil, but your hand is not burnt. What you will attribute it to that? If you are a logical thinker, what will you attribute it to? Some divine miracle because of all the mantras that are chanted in making that oil? Mantras are chanted. It's an Ayurvedic oil. Is very good for arthritic pain, etc. Wound healing. If you have a cut, you put a drop on it, by tomorrow morning you find it is healed. Anything that requires stitches, put a few drops of the oil, put a bandage on it, this thing, in 2 days you don't need stitches. So how will you, as a logical person, say that boiling oil is not burning me? It's boiling, so it should burn.
I mean, oils boil at different temperatures.
Not bad. Expand. Most oils
so
will burn
this
between
particular-
most oils will burn between 90 and 100 degrees, 110 degrees.
Right. But
Enough to
this
burn you.
particular oil, I don't know what oil it is. So, I mean,
Oil is same.
I don't know.
It is coconut oil based.
Acha, oil is same. Oh, okay. Then some herbs added to it could have changed its
Could
quality.
have lowered the boiling point. That
Yeah.
is the logical answer. Can you see that? She's not a physics student, okay? Her basic qualification is in psychology. थोड़ा सोचना चाहिए. You can't just keep listening. That's why I throw such googlies in between. Yeah. Herbs can lower the boiling point, no? So if the boiling point is lowered, comes down to 60, 70, it won't burn your hand. Yeah. That's a lukewarm cup of tea. Like how the Westerners drink tea. Have a huge mug of tea and keep for 1 hour. By the time it's cooled. Are you getting the point? So, if your pramanas are giving you a report which seems logically impossible, you need to find a logical answer for the whole thing. This should never be given up. There is no blind following. No blind following of it. There is another way of doing it. I am saying all this to show the mithyatva. Haven't you seen in our villages people walking on coals and nothing happening to their leg?
Yes.
Oh, that's all superstition. But when neuro-linguistic practitioners are doing it, oh, that is scientific. This is another form of NLP. Techniques are different, but it is NLP only. Mind over matter stuff. Known in our villages for years. And we do it all the time. So, what does all this prove? Mithyatvam. What does all this prove essentially? Mithyatvam of things. The more you study science, the more you recognize how imprecise the whole thing is. People who don't study science think that all scientific is absolutely correct. If you are a researcher in science, you will never believe science totally. Because there are so many variables. नहीं होता. So the dream, he gave one example of the dream to show mithyatva. Now he is giving you another interesting example. Yatha maya mayo jivaha jayate mriyate picha tatha jivo ami sarve bhavanti na bhavanti cha. This is those old magicians. They used to do this. Okay. You'll put an egg there. Maybe any common egg that you picked up, okay? Suddenly you'll crack it open and something will emerge from that. Other than a chicken. Okay. Born. And after some time it dies. And the effect of that magic is over, it dies. The thing is, it's not an illusion in the sense of a hypnosis thing. You can feel the dead body. Jayate mriyate cha mayamayam. Okay. Jayate mriyate cha. Okay. Similarly, all these jivas in the world, born and dying. Born, dying. So since when did birth and death become factual? Then another one. Yatha naimitiko jivaha jayate mriyate piva tatha jivo ami sarve bhavanti cha na bhavanti cha. Yatha naimitiko jiva. A jiva that is created by some charms, by some medicine, some chemicals, etc. Okay, they used to do this. Okay. especially in Siddha Vaidya and things like that. Forget Siddha Vaidya. You do it in your home regularly. In your homes, yeah, you do it. Tell me one case where you do it. Produce jivas at home. Socho there. Now,
Television.
huh?
Television.
Beg your pardon?
Television serials we are watching all the time. No.
No. I'm talking about functionally valid jivas.
Fermentation, Swami.
Huh?
Fermentation. Dahi.
Exactly.
Dahi,
Dahi,
fermentation.
making dahi. Are you not creating jivas? When you make dahi from a scratch, what do you do? Thoda pathological mind had to work there. So what is the big thing about creating life? What is the big thing about creating life? There is no creating life. There is something manifest, something going unmanifest. That's all. और कुछ नहीं है. नैमित्तिकः जीवः. The microscopic, but the factual, there is a jiva there. Each bacteria there is jiva. Therefore, it is naimitiko jiva. Jayate mriyate picha. The same way, in the world, jayate mriyate. Why are you taking this as so much big thing? Experiential reality, functional reality, vyavaharikam at the most. At the most, vyavaharikam. Why? Because it's not even the jiva that is dying, only the body that is being born and dying. See, I can understand the jiva dies, there is some validity there. The jiva is not dying. The jiva is going on its journey after that. Picks up another body. So where is that? At the most you can say body is dying. So even at that vyavaharika level, where is birth and death? Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grinnanti. Like the old clothes that are given up and you pick up new ones. किधर सुना था ये किधर है याद है
Gita chapter 2.
Yeah, Gita chapter 2. Yeah. So there it is. और क्या है? The whole thing is there only. Okay. Therefore now he is concluding that. He says, न कश्चित् जायते जीवः स्वभावस्य न विद्यते संभवस्य न विद्यते एतत् तद् उभयं सत्यं तत्र किंचित् न जायते एतत् तु उत्तमं सत्यं तत्र किंचित् न जायते न कश्चित् जायते जीवः. No jiva is really born. Okay. संभवः न विद्यते. If the jiva, which is nothing but consciousness, has to be born, it has to be born from something, no? So you are saying consciousness is born, meaning it has to be born from a source. That source is consciousness or not consciousness? If it is consciousness, is it different from this consciousness or the same as this consciousness? Sambhava na vidyate. There is no source. Yeah, there is no source.
Only one consciousness.
Yeah, just if consciousness is the only thing that is there, the whole thing that you are saying is what? Mithya, apparent. You're just seeing. It's available for seeing, that's all. Sambhava na jayate. Okay. Etat uttamam satyam. Yatra na kinchat jayate. This is the total truth. There is nothing born nor dying. You, the consciousness always there. Then what about all this that we are seeing? You are seeing. Look at it. When we start our Vedanta studies, how do we start? Seer seen, neti neti iti, drigdrishya viveka. I am not the body, I am not the mind, this. Correct? To come to consciousness. After that, what? The world is mithya. World is mithya means what? It has to depend on something. No? Can it be have an ashraya dependence on something other than consciousness? Then there will be multiple realities. So it has to depend on consciousness. Correct? So the world to me mithya has to depend on consciousness. Now, if the world is depending on you consciousness, tell me how much does your neti work? What are you negating? What are you negating? Tell me, what are you negating? What is this neti? Not this, I am not. Mano buddhya hankaram chatanenam. You will sing and then you will, oh, what beautiful meditation. Kaha? I am pure consciousness. And what about the world? That's mithya, to be negated. Not there. Mithya means what? It depends on you, na? That means you are the basis for the world. That means you are everything. That means there is no difference between you and this laptop. There is no difference between you and your mother-in-law. There is no difference between you and your enemy. Because the Jew is what this. That's what Satya Mithya means. No? Only then there can be Sarvatma Bhava. That I am everything. And this is exactly where people struggle. And people don't get there. Up to I am consciousness, everyone will say, consciousness, Nityam, Satyam, you'll give me all sorts of arguments for it. Then what? World is mithya. Mithya means what? It depends on something. On what is that something? Existence, consciousness, yourself. You are the reality behind the world. And what's your experience? World is too vast and I am so limited, isn't it? This experience rules your mind. For lifetimes you have let it rule your mind. Not only human lifetimes, animal lifetimes also. They also have Atma, Anatma, Viveka. This is me, I am a tiger, that's a deer, that's my prey. It's a very dear deer. Gudna Anatma, Viveka hai ke nahi? Even an amoeba has it. Single cellular. This is me, that is food. I have to envelop the food and absorb it. Atma and Atma Viveka, that much is there even for an amoeba. So for lifetimes you are lived with this seer-seen difference. So tell me one question. Is the consciousness in the body or body is in consciousness?
Well, everything is in consciousness.
When you saying everything, you are sort of sidestepping the fact that my body is in consciousness.
My body is
This body of mine is in consciousness. I am not in this body. See, this is where the thing comes. I am not in this body. Body is in me. Contrary to your experience. No? I function through this body, I manifest through this body. Ravade. किधर है? Remember that Maitreya Yajnavalkya dialogue? Where are you sitting? Front of your kutiya. Where is the kutiya? Tapovane. Where is Tapovanam? Himalaya. Where is the Himalayas? Bharata Varshe. Where is Bharata Varsha? In Bhu Gole. Where is Bhu? Akashe. Where is Akasha? Manasi. Where is Manasi? In consciousness. That means what? The whole world is in I consciousness. This is where Vedanta comes into the picture. So do whatever is necessary to understand this. And other than that, Vedanta understanding is incomplete. Unless there is Sarvatma Bhava, at least the recognition that I am everything, where is Vedanta Jnanam complete? It's incomplete. That is why even when we negate the body, it's not a simple negation. I am independent of the body is dependent on me. And it is here you meet your first block. Because I feel the other way around. But without the body I can't do anything, no. So I am dependent on the body. Can you see how that block comes? Then you are comfort oriented. So are there further blocks? Body demands and you give in to it. Body demands a lot of things. No, temperature, not 23 degrees, it has to be 22 degrees. You think 1 degree difference, your skin is feeling? No, Samji, I feel it. You feel it after you checked up what is the temperature. Before that, you didn't feel it. Why all this? Because the first block comes right there. Because the body will demand its comfort. No? That's the nature of the body. It has to demand. Your mind is demanding that. Like someone came and told me, Samji, we must listen to the body and eat what the body wants. Now that's what I do all the time. There are days when I feel like eating some fat, I'll eat some fat. Okay? Most of the days I don't, but some days the body says, no, you're thorough. But since he is coming and giving me that advice, I told him, if I listen to the body like that, I will be living on sweets and chocolates whole day, I will become a blob. Oh. He didn't know what to say. He is spouting advice without understanding. Cheese and chocolates is not for the body is not demanding that, your mind is demanding that. Your body will demand in very, very simple terms. Eating in spite of that you are not feeling full. Then you know proteins and fats are missing from your diet. That's why your body is not feeling full. Putting in too much of carbs. Quick energy is there, but not enough. Now an informed mind in our body, a mind that you know, that will play tricks on you, and you know the tricks of your own mind. Only that person can listen to the body. Otherwise it will become what we call in Sanskrit as yatheshta charanam. Whatever I want to do, I do. So I am listening to the body. So it is natural for the mind and body to demand these things. Who wants to be uncomfortable? Who wants to be uncomfortable? Tell me. Nobody wants to be. No? You may be able to put up with it, but you don't want to be uncomfortable. Therefore, right there, to recognize I am independent of the body is dependent on me becomes the right first block is right there itself. We can say world is mithya and give 101 arguments, dependent reality, this, that, but start here, This is not an academic study of Satyam Mithya. I'll give you 4-5 definitions, everything. Why 4-5? I'll give you 5 more. Start here. Mithya means what? The body is dependent on me, I am independent of the body. Can I see that very clearly? I am independent of the body to an extent we will see. Body is dependent on me, for most people is difficult. And that is the first block. How can you walk in the hot sun? People go for moonlight walks, I go for moonlight walks. Since when did a bit of sun prevent you from doing what has to be necessary? And then you say vitamin D deficiency on top of it. Indians have a high degree of vitamin D deficiency, in spite of having so much of sunlight. Why? We don't want to get tanned. You'll not go in the sun only. That comfort orientation, food orientations, all these are conditionings that the human body and mind goes through. See, okay, normally what you eat, this thing, fine, okay. But can you do completely opposite and be happy with it? Something completely different and be okay. Or are you going to carry your khakras to Switzerland? You can give me 101 excuses why you are carrying it, okay? You can justify it all you want to yourself. You examine whether it is the orientation of wanting to be comfortable with what you're used to, not willing to try something new. Like I went to a student's home in Dorchester when I was in the UK for the yoga festival. After that, she said, Swamiji, what can we make for you? Indian vegetarian or you're okay with Western vegetarian? Most sadhus would say Indian vegetarian because that's what you're used to. That Indian vegetarian I'm eating every day at home here. Surprise me, give me something Western. What if it doesn't agree with your stomach? Yeah, in one case, one meal didn't agree with my stomach. Nobody around knew about it. It's a big deal. Okay, it didn't agree. Itna hai na. So you're not very comfortable. Itna hai na. Whether it's comfortable or uncomfortable, it is mithya. Can you see that? It's important to do that. Alata Shanti can give me 100 arguments. And it gives me 100 arguments. Start here. That is applying. That's Swadhyaya. That's what you do independently. Because I'm sure people are not doing independently, I'm putting it here in a class. Otherwise, I can just give the argument and go ahead, no? But I know people are struggling with it. Forget body, they're struggling with roles. And the Shastra recognize it. That's why between Grahasthasrama and Sannyasa, it gives you a transition time of Vanaprastha. Otherwise, after Grahasthasrama, what? Bas, okay, been there, done that, now walk off and become a sadhu. You will join an ashram and start bookkeeping there, keeping all the accounts. Why? Because I was an accountant before. Or you start tinkering with the generator, seeing if you can make it more efficient. The people for that, let them do it. Your job is to come and study here. In fact, one of my friends went and joined the ashram. I'm not mentioning names. Then I got a call from the manager of the ashram. The manager also happens to be a friend. अरे यार तू जरा अपना friend को बोलना. I said, what happened? The guy is interfering in everything. So I called up, what's happening? You went there to study or what? But they're not managing it properly. I said, their job is to manage. Your job is to study. Swakarmane nidhanam shreyaha. Parakarma tu bhayavaha. Can you see that? Your job is to study, na? That's your karma. Study. Unless you're directly asked by the head, help with this, don't interfere. Let them run it. You can make it better. That's what you think. They think they're doing it better than what your idea is. So even with roles, it's a problem. Forget I. I can't see the mithyatvam of a role. 10 years after you have given up a role, you will still say, quote the role to me. Yeah, I just retired. Now I need some time to come to terms with that. I can understand that. 10 years after that? What the hell? Few months I can understand. Because you're so caught up in that role. And then he'll say, Karmani akarmaya pashyet akarmani karmayaha. Sab quoting karega. Forget akarma. Role you can't see yourself as independent from. Somebody is hospitalized, you will quote the Gita. And when you have a stomachache, what happens to the Gita? It's stomachache only. No big deal. It's only stomach, no? You're okay, no? You're okay. When somebody is hospitalized, you're quoting the Gita inappropriately instead of empathizing. But when you have a stomachache, you can't see the truth of the Gita. What is the point? So Alata Shanti is about this. It's about seeing Mithyatvam in every little thing. For that you have to say, I am Satyam. Then immediately I'll get the next question. Swamiji, then I won't do anything now. All these are important. So I didn't say whether important or not important. I only said they are Mithya. Yeah, you need not give up the role. But sometimes a role may be taken away from you, then what? What happens to people who are fired from a job? Their whole self-esteem comes under question. Like somebody in UK saying, no, the students asking for the resignation of the minister was correct. The minister is not conducting the exam. No, but it happened on his watch. No, look at we in UK. We had 7 prime ministers in 10 years. That is your problem. Nobody is lasting long enough to do anything. And everything in your country is going down the dogs. Literally going down. Why? Oh, in the name of accountability, you keep changing. Then who is there long enough to handle it? 10 years, 7 prime ministers means what? Who is handling it? So this happens. Your self-esteem doesn't need to depend upon the fact whether you have a role or not. That's why I used to joke. People, sometimes my batchmates, hey, I heard you went to Rishikesh. What do you do? I said, I'm a fuckard, yaar. I'm a fuckard. You would have made such a great engineer. Fuckard hu main. Not that I'm a sadhu. Fuckard, beggar. Not let the role define you, but we do. You can't see the mithyatvam of a role. Here today, gone tomorrow. No? Isn't that what a role is? Yeah, some roles can have a greater impact on you than some. I agree. But they are mithya, that we have to see. So the role to the body, to the mind, to the whole thing, to your self-identities, based on your body, your emotions, your knowledge, your ignorance. So, the whole thing. The mithyatvam of things. Dependent reality. I am the only independent reality. Until you can come to this, you're just trying. I'm glad you're trying, but I hope you're really trying. Hope you're really trying. Like Taranji used to say, समझी, these people study with you. हाँ देख बराबर पढ़ा था. समझी वो महात्मा भी आया था आपके पास, सुन के गया. He heard and he went. He didn't study it. To study you have to make it your own. I agree, it doesn't happen overnight. I know how much I have struggled. So I know the struggle about it. But is the struggle there? I seeing the mithyatvam of things without being categorical about it. I never presented anything categorically. Satyam mithya cannot be categorical. I can't say this is mithya, this is satyam. Why? The mithya depends upon the satyam. Think it over. Okay. Okay, there is some more. There's some more verses. Aram se we'll see. It's important to integrate it into myself, into my own knowledge. More of this. But now next Friday, there is no Upanishad class. We are at the camp. So coming for the camp, we'll get a great treat at the camp. Okay. It's a very quiet, peaceful place we are going to this time. With great food.
Swamiji,
Yeah?
Swamiji, which book should we bring? Which book should
Whatever is being done there, you will get a copy of it. Just get a notebook if you want to take notes. That's all you need to get. Yeah. And of course, you have to get yourself there. There was a time when I used to make arrangements for people to go there, but once the expressway opened up, people wanted to come different ways. I would pick everyone up in a bus. You know, the old timers here, like Manisha, Kamini and all knew we used to go by the same bus and come back. But once the expressway opened up, said someone wanted to come by train, someone to come by their own car and things like that. So I said, okay, people come on their own.
Okay.
Otherwise, previously I used to make an arrangement. Now I don't because of this. Because if I make an arrangement for a bus or something like that, there will be half a dozen people in it. So I will meet you all for the Friday class after 1 week. Okay. Should I put it up again in the group? Next Friday class नहीं है उसका बाद है करके, or you all will remember it. I don't know whether anyone has missed today's class thinking that, oh, there was no announcement. I made the announcement when we knocked off the classes. That on 14th of August we'll start. I made a mistake, said 14th September, then I cancelled that and put 14th August. Yeah. So we'll meet after 1 week. No? 1 week gap, Friday. Some of you are coming for the camp, so I'll meet you all there. Others this thing. Okay. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you.